welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on a weekend talking what? Real estate, our favorite topic around here. We love real estate. It's been a hot July. Can't lie. It's going to be the end of the month. It's hard to believe. Summer's rolling around so quick. We've been busy over here. Hope you guys have had a great summer. It's hard to believe, as I said last show, that the kiddos might actually start going to school in less than a week or two. That's really hard to swallow. Oh, man. Summer's going by so quick. Hope everybody's having a good summer. And again, thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Real Estate with Ryan. If you're tuning in for the first time and say, who's that guy on the radio? What's that guy doing over there? Well, my name's Ryan Coleman, owner, founder of Hometown Realty. And we do this little show called Real Estate with Ryan. We talk about real estate all in East Tennessee, tips that you can do to, help you sell your home for more money. Buying in today's market, there's a lot of hurdles where we go. Interest rates are higher. How are you going to get a good deal? You need an expert on your team. We help you with that and so much more. So we tune in and do this show, and we're on social media all over the place. Where are we at, Nick? We're on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, streaming there in so many different places. And you can watch reruns in case you miss it. I know you're doing the ball games and so much going on, but we're there. Catch it anytime. We got reruns also on Spotify, iTunes, and Google. Of course, we love our radio stations. We're on News Talk 98.7, 1 o'clock, and then Talk Radio 92.3 FM at 11 a.m. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks to the audience out there. All right, we've got a wonderful show for you. Got some new congrats first, some closings, and we'll jump right into it. New listing out on 826 Sweetwater Road, out in Sweetwater, Philadelphia area, right on the Loudon borderline. Great little property there. I say little, ain't nothing little about it. The house, great space, maybe about under 2,000 square feet, but it's over 46 acres. 46 acres, possible 3 or 4 to subdivide. Great price on that. Make sure you check that property out. 2564 Gatewood Ford Road, back on the market. 270 acres. Morgan County. Want to check that out. Definitely want to miss that property. It's ready to go. New pendings, 1026 Cloyd's Church, Blount County. 213 Brentwood Way, Lot B, Kingston, under contract quickly. Fox Hollow Drive, 2 lots that we had out in Townsend. Sold them. Congrats. And then closing just for some great clients on 1317 Americana Drive in Sevierville. So excited to be with them yesterday, and they're excited moving to Florida. They said, Ryan, where do most of your people come from in Florida? What do they say? I said, well, this always happens. We love Florida. We've got property in Florida, and one of the biggest challenges in Florida is it's such a great place. Love to visit, but they say, Ryan, it's just so darn hot. It's so hot that just sweat rolling off my face. He said, like here, where we're at now in East Tennessee, it's nothing. I know. I said, I really understand that because I go down there for a couple of weeks and I say, man, it is hot. So when I have clients that say, Ryan, why are you coming back to East Tennessee? I said, Ryan, I just can't deal with the heat anymore. It's just so hot, but so beautiful, so beautiful. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's get into the show, and we've got a good one for you. We know the cost of everything seems to be going up. Some news on the local front here, talking about Sevier County. Rental cabins will soon pay a higher property taxes. So you want to listen to this? I missed it. Actually, my clients on Americana Drive were telling me a little bit about it. The real estate market, I know we're supposed to keep you up to date on everything, but everything's changing rapidly. There's so much going on. If you guys are out there and you have any topics that you'd like for us to kind of dive into, anything that you think's on your mind, one of the challenges or questions that you may have in this housing market, maybe you're not ready to call an agent out there, no worries. Why don't you shoot us a message? Just go to ryancoleman.org. Easy, ryancoleman.org. Just shoot me a message through there and say, hey, Ryan, talk about this, or what about this topic? And can you bring this up? I want to get some clarification on that. And we'd be glad to do a show to it or definitely address those questions live on the air. So that'd be good topics there. I know a lot of you guys have given us information and questions. Really appreciate you. But the property taxes are going up, and they're saying Sevier County, over 10,000 short-term rental properties will soon be subject to a higher property tax rate after the County Board of Commissioners voted to affirm a 2021 state law. The resolution passed Monday and will see property tax assessment rates for all short-term rentals, including Airbnb and VRBO, will change from a 25% residential classification to a 40% commercial classification. So they're going from 25% to 40%. A county spokesman said that the resolution affirms the state law, and it went into effect in 2021, and subsequent guidance from the state comptroller's office that the properties that were used as short-term rentals are classified as commercial properties unless certain exemptions are made. So they went on to say essentially the properties with a business license that are a short-term rental and are not the owner's principal residence, key thing is here, that's not your personal residence, okay, will be subject to the change in classifications. There's approximately over 13,000 identified short-term rentals in Sevier County. Now, we sell a lot of them. We're involved in that market. It's one of the fastest growing short-term Airbnb markets in all the country. The spokesperson said 2,500 were already being assessed at the 40% rate prior to the resolution. The rental cabin, for example, say you have a $500,000 cabin, you would go from paying $1,850 in property annual taxes to $2,960, the spokesperson said. This increase is approximately $220 per 100,000 from the appraised value on the short-term rentals. The increase will generate an estimated $8 million in new revenue with a county property tax rate of 1.48 of the $100 assessment value. Sevier County still remains the lowest property tax rate in all of East Tennessee. Now, we're supposed to be getting tax bills, and they're basically going to be sending out letters of explanations here this summer, and changes could be effect in October of this year when you get your next tax bill. Well, isn't that great? So I know a lot of you guys own investment properties, in Sevierville. So owner occupied, you're not going to run into that issue. So no worries. But investment property, it makes it tough. Makes it really tough in the market because now not only is the market changing, it seems like, as you can see, $8 million in revenue, the county, Uncle Sam's got their hand out. So interest rates going up, charge you a little bit more money on that. Well, the county is going to come in and say, hey, well, that's a state deal. We're going to charge you a little bit more money there as well. We need a little bit more of that money. So give it to me. Really not joking, but that's really how it feels, isn't it? So as an investor in today's market, owning an investment property has never been more challenging. You know, you've got tenants, you got the economy changing some, you know, cost of inflation is rising. And so what do? Now they got the county tax that are increasing. I know Knox County had a huge tax assessment increase, affected a whole lot of properties. There's still things that you can do. We're not really sure how to address the short-term tax rate at this point. It's a fairly new thing and moving, but we'll stay in point with that. But as your residential, you can always appeal that assessment. If we think that the assessment that the county has come out, you can always assess it. We're always willing to help you with that. Any assessments or property values or comparables that you may need, you know, we can always be assessment and quick help to that. But a lot of times they're not willing to change them. They're done by appraisers. So sometimes they're successful, sometimes they're not. But what do you guys think? What do you think about you guys that own short-term rentals in the market? Is that going to deter you from investing? My client said as we were closing on their property, he said this was a backroom deal, Ryan. It was behind the scenes. I don't know if it's true or not, but they said, hey, it was done behind the scenes. Nobody knew about it, and now the tax is coming out. It's kind of weird how the news comes out. Maybe totally something different, but that's how things were coming through. So does it stop you from investing in the real estate market? I would say not at all in the Sevier market. As you could see in the article, it talked about not only being one of the lowest tax in all of Tennessee, property values in that area have increased dramatically over the last 5 years. And the short-term rental market, we don't see it changing much at all. So yes, you're going to have to factor in on your purchase price, have to do some changing there, make sure you're allocating for this tax. But I think as anything, as property values go up, the county's assessments, other tax, special assessments, the government's going to find a way to get their money, get some extra money. What they do with it, that's a topic for another show. But that's where we're going. So still opportunity in Sevierville market that you want to purchase. Consequently, we've seen a lot of properties go on the market that we haven't seen on the market. So inventory has increased. Also, we're seeing some price adjustments, some things there. So a lot of that market's changing fluidly. Interest rates impacting a lot of the short-term rental markets. So if you're ever thinking about investing in Sevierville Gatlinburg market, an opportunity to purchase your own investment property, make some cash flow is what they would say. So we're talking about the real estate market, housing. We're halfway through the year, over halfway through the year. We're going to give an update on the housing market as we lead into the second part of the show. You guys stay with us.
The real estate market is changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no-obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you.
Knoxville and East Tennessee. The region is known for its rolling hills, rivers, and lakes. There's no better place to work, live, or raise a family. Home is where your story begins. Buying or selling your home is a big decision, and you need a real estate team you can trust.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty, your hometown experts. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let us develop a winning game plan for you.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
All right, we're back at it. Thank you for staying tuned to Real Estate with Ryan, second half. Always coming in hot. It seems like we never have enough time on this show. I always said, Ryan, will you go an hour? I said, oh, man, I'm comfortable in my spot. I can't go an hour. I can ramble for probably 30 minutes, but then I'm good after that. I said, an hour, that's a lot of work for those shows. Those guys that do the show on the radio station, they're there for an hour and just talking. Some of them 2-3 hours. There's just no way. There's no way. I struggle for here, but I hope you enjoy it. I'm glad to be with you guys. All right, we're talking about the real estate market, housing market, 2023, closing it out. Where are we at? Where are we going? We're going to cover that, so stay with us. We got a couple things to get in here before us. Let's go 60-second Vol update. We missed you last week. We can't forget our Vols. Vol Nation in the house. All right, drum roll, please. A lot going on. 34 days till kickoff. UVA, Bristol. I think that's right, but I know it's not in UT. I know it's not down in Neyland. I know it's big game. UVA, first game, 34 days till kickoff. Is that hard to believe? It's coming sooner than you think. Lady Vol camp just ended. Tremendous camp there by Coach Harper. My daughter was able to go down there. We were able to see some of the players and just kind of watch a little one down there. Make memories. Had some of her teammates down there. Make special times. And a great camp put on by them. Exciting to see some of the Lady Vols as well. Exciting for their upcoming season. Best in college sports. You know who it is. UT, baby. CBS named us top school in the country. It's no surprise. And Coach Josh Heupel, Tennessean of the Year. Congrats, Coach. Congrats. And my man, Hendon Hooker, Male Athlete of the Year for Tennessee. Well deserved, Hendon. Super excited for you, your family, and all your career going in the NFL. And that is your Vol update. Hometown Realty, proud sponsor of the Vols. Stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel because we got big things coming up in days, guys, days. And you want to like and subscribe because football season starts. What? And that means we're giving away tickets to every home game. We're sold out, by the way. Only place to get it, Hometown Realty. Like, subscribe, and share. You don't have to register at all. We're giving them away. All right, back to it. Let's talk about the real estate market. Is it a buying time, selling time? I know there's a lot of things going on in the housing market. And it's crazy how houses were selling last year, getting multiple offers, selling for thousands of dollars over asking price. Now is the pretty much market, where are we? The U.S. real estate market is still strong. It's just not crazy anymore. And, the crazy adds to the stress of buying and selling house in today's market. You say, Ryan, are we going into the depression? I said, no, we're not going into the depression. How about the recession? Well, who knows if we're going into that too. But, we know that the market that we've come from the last 2 years has been phenomenal. It's been a seller's market, not so much for the buyers. And we're seeing some of that frenzy, which we've had some multiple offers still come in play. The Knoxville surrounding market, or pretty much East Tennessee, if you're 300 to 400,000, it's a very affordable spot. I tell everybody on the radio, what we used to see 5 to 10 years ago, where the entry-level home was 250, maybe 200, there's no such thing. And so you've seen the supply of inventory between that 200 and 250 be almost non-existent. Or when you look at the products, maybe it's not exactly what you would expect for, 200,000, 250,000. So that market between 300 and 400,000 is peak. And that is going like hotcakes, regardless of where the market is. And we consider that to be strong. Obviously, pricing makes an important decision when putting your property in the market, and marketing goes right hand in hand. A lot of people are saying, well, Ryan, where are we going? Great clients of mine just sold, say, where are we going to go? Is the market going to tank towards the end of the year? It's probably unlikely that we're going to tank or anything like that. The housing market is obviously in the data. It's a lot different than the current market previous back to 07, 09, what they call it the Great Recession. Lenders were stricter now, so they don't expect a lot of massive foreclosures. And of course, then the housing supply, one of the biggest things on the housing supply was the inventory. I remember we were selling, I want to say I'd look at the MLS guys, and some of you agents out there listening, you probably too remember back in the day, I would pull the MLS. I think we were 11,000 homes, 12,000 homes. Maybe it was 13, but I know it was 11,000. That's a lot of homes. And, so that inventory has to increase dramatically before it really gets out of whack. Plus, the housing supply is still a little bit lower and probably won't catch up for a couple of years. So, experts are saying, that there's no danger of home prices dropping like a rock. But I always want to caution on that because you never really know. There's a lot of things that's moving in the banking industry. Look at the automobile industry. A lot of news and things where a lot of that inventory that they've held forever is going to flood the market. Got a lot of builders in the marketplace that are building, right? And a lot of these subdivisions are predetermined. They've already committed to these subdivisions years in advance in planning and approval. So would this building go on with today's high interest rates? Or are they committing to what they're doing for the next 12 to 24 months? And is building slow down? And how is that affected small businesses? You see a lot of for lease signs and a lot of small businesses changing throughout East Tennessee. What's impacting there? A lot of that's affected, we talked about previously in one of my shows, of the COVID. From the COVID and the lockdowns and things that are going on there, put a lot of people out of business. And so you see in the commercial market as a whole taking a very, very tight dive. Commercial market is night and day to the residential real estate market. We're really seeing a lot more. If you're just driving by, see a lot more available properties. What's the average price in 2023? The average home price was $761,540 in 2023. So an annual increase of 6.3% to $424,494. Well, we're not that high in East Tennessee. This is national median price was in March of 22 was 405,000, and then March of 2023 is about 424,000. Is it housing recession, Ryan? What does all that mean? Well, we know that the sales have slipped a little bit, but I still see here in the local market some of the things that we're seeing that we probably didn't see last year. You're going to see closing cost. And those are things and incentives that basically buyers should be paying closing. Most buyers pay closing. If the agents are involved, they pay commission. So there's some of that. But in negotiating some of the prices, we're seeing more closing costs and fees factored in. I do think sellers, when we're thinking about putting our home on the market, one of the most important things that we can do is make sure we price it right, leave a little wiggle room, we like to call. I think you always got to have a little wiggle room. Not so dramatically that we're overinflating the value, but I do think it's important that if you don't have some caution, don't list it exactly at what you're expecting to get. Sometimes those numbers may be razor thin, and as the market's shifting, you got to have a little cushion there as well. Is it going to be cheaper this year to buy as we go into the basically last half of the year? There's always mixed feelings about that, what home prices will do. Home prices really probably won't be any cheaper than they've been in the previous year, but buyers will have an opportunity to gain property, and it's nice to actually get to property over the weekend and make a decision. National Association of Realtors expect home prices to only go up by 0.3%, 0.3%. So very, very low. And then home prices drop kind of in 2023. So I know, interest rates are controlling a lot of things. Feds just came out the other day, adjusted the interest rates only by 1/4 point, but all that kind of comes into play where it's affordability. Are buyers pulling back now? It's a great time to sell and it's a great time to buy. I think in a market where it's oversaturated, where it's all slanted to the seller, it makes it tough for the buyers. And a lot of buyers are what we've seen over the last year in 12 to 18 months is buyers just said, hey, I can't afford it. It's not affordable. I don't want to compete with 3 or 4 offers. And I can't tell you how many times that buyers just would walk away. So I think there's a lot of more opportunities. There are some foreclosures that are coming up in 2023 as we go to the end. But keep in mind, a lot of those are with the moratorium from COVID and different things like that. So a lot of them were on the books. Not saying there aren't any new ones, but some of those were already kind of built into the factor. I think the best thing to factor in the 2023 market is the number one thing is for you and your family is what's the reason we're moving? What's important about that move? Don't delay it. If there's a real need, a reason, it's still a great opportunity to move and opportunities. Yes, the rates may be a little bit higher, but there's quality buyers that are relocating all across to our area. And there's a great buyer for your home. Buyers, on the other hand, we've got a better chance to negotiate, actually get to a property, which is exciting, and have opportunities to maybe not be in a competing state. And hopefully have a good, solid offer, get your home accepted, and get your forever home. Your forever home. And that's what it's all about. Listen, if we can help you with anything, we're always glad to be with you. You can reach me, 693-SOLD, or visit my website at ryancoleman.org. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week.